Hello and welcome back to another How to Bloke. It's the weekend again, cooking time. So today we're going to make a ham and cheese and tomato lasagna. Okay, and I'll show you how it's done. Now we need two sauces with this thing. We're going to make a tomato sauce, a kind of thickish tomato sauce, and a cheese sauce. So what I'll do is I'll just knock up this onion here like this. You see to add flavour now with the tomato sauce. It's got to be kind of tangy, not too tangy. It's got to be kind of sweet, not too sweet. And because this recipe's only got a few ingredients in it, they've got to be fairly good quality. So anyway, the onion is going in now, and so there we are. There's the onion like that. We're going to fry the onion with a little bit of olive oil just to bring it up. I don't use olive oil to fry long term. Just to heat something up to brown it is okay, in my opinion. So, right, whilst that's browning away there. Now I haven't got any fresh garlic. I had a look. I haven't got any frozen garlic, so we're going to have to use some lazy garlic. Right, so we're going to go in with some black pepper in here, a little grind of black pepper in there, and now what's this on about? Garlic. That's it. I haven't got any fresh garlic. Haven't got any frozen garlic, so I'm going to have to use some of this lazy garlic, which comes as like a liquid like that. Really good.
Like a paste, isn't it?
Oh, that's strong. Oh. Or powdered garlic like that. So call that garlic salt. So I think, let me see, we're going to use this one. We're going to use this one. And we're going to need some oregano, or oregano as some people say in this world. There we are. So, okay, let's do some tomatoes now. So we've got this onion in here sort of like coming up to these. Now, these beauties here, look at those. I grew those. And this is not the first lot we've had. Oh, we've had loads from this, haven't we?
Yeah, every day we get a little punnet of...
I normally grow, talking about tomatoes briefly, I normally grow two types of tomato. Little ones like that, and the really big ones. This one isn't a homegrown one, this is what I got from a supermarket. But it's to get the two. And because these ones are great for salad. Anyway, I'll stop yakking on about tomatoes and get some tomatoes in there. So we're going to go like that. And like that, so quarter them up.
Oh, look at that one, that baby beef tomato there.
Just quarter them up like that. Now growing tomatoes is not that easy. My dad was a master at growing tomatoes, and he taught me absolutely nothing about it. So I had to sort of, because I wasn't interested at that age, you see. So I lost that knowledge. But I think growing tomatoes, you need to be enthusiastic. You can't just bung it in the ground and hope for the best. Anyway, mind you, all these tomatoes here I've grown are from seed from last year. What I do is go and have a look around the supermarket and see the sorts of tomato I like, buy it, and then eat it and save a few seeds and then plant them. So there we are. So we've got a situation now. We've got that going on in there. Okay. So going back to this tomato. Now look, that one is a bit rotten there. Don't chuck the whole thing away. It's a waste of money. Just cut it out like that. Right? Simple. So just take the core out a little bit. You don't have to be a perfectionist and take the seeds out. You can if you want, but you know, right, nobody got time for that. It's a waste of time. Just get it in there. So, get rid of that. Just chop that one up like that, rough styley. Bung it in. Okay. So there we are. That's the beginning of our tomato sauce. Now we're going to go in with some oregano. How much of that? Well, not too much, because it smells. Can you smell it?
No.
It smells, you know, just about that much. All right. Just You don't want it, otherwise it's going to be too oregano-y, if that's a verb. I don't know. Anyway, that's how much I normally put in.
That was a bit.
Oh, it will be. It's kind of coming together like that, you see?
Yeah.
And keep the heat on high. And now we're going to put in some lazy garlic. Lazy garlic, how much? You don't have to put it in, but you know, try it if you can. About that much. If you use potent stuff, just about that much. Because you'll be putting the garlic in the sauce as well. So don't over garlic it at this point. Alright, now we're going to add a splash of water. A splash of water.
Smells so good.
So, splash of water in there like that. Not too much, don't put too much in. Otherwise you'll end up with tomato soup. Right, then next we're going to go in with some tomato puree. Now this is a 140 gram tin. I've got half left in there, which I used the other day. That's enough to use in there, so bung that in. What tomato puree does, as a side effect of adding it to a dish, it thickens the sauce. So what you end up with is once you put it in, is a sauce that's thicker, like that. Okay, so that's the tomato puree gone in there. I'm going to add a little bit of paprika in here as well. Why? Because I can. So this is just ordinary paprika. Ordinary paprika, nothing fancy about it, not smoked or spicy or nothing, it's just ordinary. How much? Heaped teaspoon, right, big heaped teaspoon like that. That gives the sauce a richness, okay? Not level teaspoon, heaped. Wallop.
Could you add smoked though if you want?
You could add smoked in there, but you know, yeah, you could, but I tend not to cook with it because it kind of reminds me too much of Mexican food, and this is not a Mexican dish, so I'm not going to use it in this one. Okay, so this is the tomato sauce. It's come on. A little bit of salt in there. Where's my salt gone? Who's pinched my salt? Okay, well, we're going to use some chefy salt then.
It's inside the cupboard there, look.
Oh yeah. Right, chefy salt ready. This is how you do the chefy salt. Like that. See? Yeah. That gives it extra hidden flavour. That. Yeah, people are grinning here. Okay, it's a standard joking off. Anyway, so we're going to leave that. Let's get a lid. Right, with the sauce now. If you taste that sauce now, it's going to be. It shouldn't be too tart. You know, it should be just. No, that's perfect. If you use tin tomatoes, what can happen is it can be a little bit sour. So you can, to combat the sourness, you can put in some tomato ketchup, in ordinary tomato ketchup, or a teaspoon of sugar. But you know, that's good as is. So I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to put a lid on that and keep it on a high bubble, as I call it, over on that ring there. High bubble is like not boiling, just, you know. So leave the sauce like that. That's what the sauce looks like now. Don't put it on too high. You just want to reduce it a little bit than that. Just cook it a little bit. 20 minutes. That's all right. 20 minutes. And right, we're going to make the roux now. The roux is just another name for the sauce. Well, it's the beginning of the sauce, really. So what we're going to make the roux, we're going to use some ordinary flour. Ordinary flour, 2 tablespoons of ordinary flour, okay? The flour, and it says so like that, see? That's as you know. Then we're going to add some butter. How much butter? Well, a large knob. Now, interestingly, that this you might be interested in this. This is a Parmesan design. Now, this I think it's called Botanical Garden or something. Anyway, but what's interesting about this Parmesan is it's really good for the microwave, oven to table. You know.
By the way, this is not sponsored.
No, it's not sponsored. I'm just saying that if you want to collect something, it's got to be versatile. It's got to be useful and ornamental. I understand all useful and ornamental, and this is useful and ornamental. Anyway, shut up, HowToBloke, get on with it. A big large knob, like that.
That's a massive knob.
That is a big, it's a big knob. Anyway, the big knob goes in there like that, and we're just gonna put that on a high for the moment. Then we need to make some milk. We put the milk in just a moment. Let's add some garlic powder.
Oh, that's interesting.
Garlic powder in here. Garlic powder.
I bet that tastes fantastic.
So garlic powder, no, up a level teaspoon. Okay. Don't forget, we've already got garlic in there, so don't put too much in there as well. All right, we're going to go in with this is Dijon Mustard, but the super heat teaspoon there. Look at that. You're thinking, oh, that's a lot of mustard. Well, it would be if you put it in your mouth like that, but because you're cooking it, no, it's perfect. And we're going to go in with some
Nutmeg.
thank you, nutmeg. Now you can either get it, this one here, I've worn it out, look, poor thing. This mustard here, look, I've only got this nutmeg, I've only got this bit left, so it's a bit pointless. So, it should look be as big as hazelnuts. So we're going to use some of this ground stuff I've already got. So, just give that a little mix round. Then a spoonful, start off with a spoon. Don't burn the flour. We want the objective is to melt the butter with the flour and mix it, okay? So I'm just trying to speed these things up, try and work as fast as I can. So that's nearly there. Okay, how much nutmeg? A little bit. Right, this is a micro spoon. But you just get the edge of the spoon like that. Just the edge bit, the other end, and then in you go like that. No more than that, otherwise it's going to be too much nutmeg. Okay. So that's our roux.
It smells really good.
Yeah, it does. I think it's the nutmeg and the garlic.
Mustard as well.
Mustard as well, yeah. Right, now we're going to go in with some milk. Some ordinary milk. Semi-skim, full fat, you can, whatever you like. Don't forget, we'll start off with a spoon, yeah? Start off with a spoon. And what you want to do is let the mixture inside the pan absorb the liquid and then put more in. That's the general idea. So a little bit.
You do this on a high heat, medium or?
Well, I've got it on a high heat because I know what I'm doing. Haha. I know what I'm doing, but someone who hasn't done this before, put it on a low heat so things don't happen so quickly, okay? So look at that, look, see, every go is absorbed. You put a bit more in. Now I've got this on a high heat, as you can see the ring there. So, this is all in flour, don't forget. You can use corn flour. I don't reckon corn flour is very good for sauces. I prefer using ordinary flour, so. I mean, if you're gluten intolerant, then using ordinary flour is not a good idea. So
you could use gluten-free flour.
You could use gluten-free flour. So again, you see every time it goes, add a bit more milk. So, but don't put it in now because it's too much. Let the milk be absorbed by the mixture, and then keep stirring it. Use a spoon. Look, I'm using a spoon. I'm not using the whisk. If I use the whisk, it all gets stuck in the whisk. It'd be a horrible, right old mess. So, use a spoon to go through there, like this. Keep it on a high heat. Those of you who can cook, we don't have to look at this bit because you know how to make a roux already. But this is for my videos are kind of like for the people who want to learn how to cook really, and want to know how to cook things that are homemade, homely, quick and easy. You know. Right, again, you see that's getting nice and thick there. It's absorbed all the water again. So we're going to go in with some more milk. How much milk do you need? Oh, well, that's a litre there. I reckon I'm going to use most of that. So, you make sure you've got a pint and a half or something at the standby. You're going to get a better sauce if you use full fat milk. You don't have to use full fat milk, but I'm just saying you're going to get a better flavour because it's got more cream in it. When you make this, you don't have to use butter, but you get a better flavour with butter. You can use any margarine you like. Don't use cooking fat, the stuff you use. You've got to use lard, because that'll taste horrible. But use some butter. You're not going to suffer if you have this every once in a while. You have it every day, Anyway, right now we're getting to the edge of the spoon, where the spoon is useful now. I think we're going to change into the whisk any moment. So let's put our last bit of, and all the time the ring's on hot, look, I'm just working it, I haven't stopped. So, how long does it take to make this? Well, your first one will take ages, the second one will take even less, and so on, so that once you get the hang of it, I don't know how long I've been making this.
5 minutes? 5
minutes. And there's really not much else, you need to do, so you can make this thing in. Right, we're going to change to a whisk now, because it's getting beyond it. Now I'm going to turn the heat down to medium or low. Okay, I don't want the mixture to burn on the bottom. So we're going to get rid of that spoon. We're going to go in with a whisk now. Oop.
It's very silky.
That's what it looks like. Now the thing about this, the trick is to keep adding milk like this, keep cooking it, and cooking it meaning heating it up to bubbling like that. See, it's bubbling. Right, you've got to get to a point where it won't get any thicker. Okay, won't get any thicker. That's the secret in the sauce. Because if you think, oh yeah, that's good enough as it is, when you cook that, it's going to turn. It might turn rock solid because the flour still has to cook out and absorb more liquid. So you've got to make sure that the flour is at such a point that doesn't happen. So we're going to bring this up to a boil again and see if we can make it get thicker. Now I don't want to burn this, of course. There's milk in there. You burn the milk, it's going to taste nasty. No, we don't want to burn the milk. Just keep it moving.
Sorry, that was not a special effect.
What?
Nasty.
Nasty. I don't say it right.
Yeah.
Right, so nasty. That's it. So look, we're trying to look for bubbles here. And the ring is on hot, look. So we're trying to look for bubbles. I reckon it's pretty close. It's not finished right now. Could you add cream in there? You could, but what's the point? You're going to be adding cheese in that in a minute. Let's talk about the cheese there for a little bit whilst we're waiting for that sauce. Okay, so cheese. Use a hard cheese, mature Gouda, mature Edam, mature cheddar or something hard, so you can grate it. Don't use feta in here, it doesn't work.
Parmesan, could you use Parmesan?
Yeah, you could use Parmesan instead, all together with, but if you've got a tasty cheese, you don't need to use Parmesan. Well, you can top the thing with Parmesan if you want to, put it on the top. In fact, I might do that. So, go back to the sauce. It's just coming to the top. You can see that. Now, when it does that, it's not getting any thicker. You see? Okay, so that means that the sauce is done. So no matter how much we cook that anymore, it's not going to get any thicker. That's important when we make up the recipe. Okay, do you think, well, how thick is that? How runny is it? I'll show you.
No, thick custard, isn't it?
Thick custard, that's what it looks like. Okay? Because some of this is going to get absorbed by the pasta sheets as well. So we want it fairly runny. You don't want it too thick. Right, let's turn this right off, or I'm going to turn it off now because otherwise I'm going to burn the sauce. Right, let's move on to the cheese. Right, how much cheese you want? About half that. So I don't know how many ounces is that. This big. This bit. Okay. So let's do that.
Really, you can put as much cheese as you like.
Well, you can, but you've got to think about your heart and your health. Having too much cheese. Having cheese is okay in moderation.
I know, but
if you live on cheese, then...
No, but I'm just thinking for the sauce.
For the sauce? So I'm just keeping that cheese sauce on the move so it doesn't burn on the bottom there. Right, so how much cheese do you need?
Maybe a cupful, I'd say, isn't it?
Cupful, yeah, good, yeah. Cupful, there, I look like that.
A big cup.
That's it. That's it. About approximately. You don't have to be exactly. Just approximately. So look, there we are. That much there. Grated cheese.
Okay.
So we're going to whack that cheese in there like that. Wallop. And
Could
then,
you said you're going to put Parmesan on top. Could you put that on top as well?
yeah, you could. You could put that on top. You could put pieces of crumbled blue cheese on top if you wanted. As long as it's not too strong. Mozzarella, you could put mozzarella on top. So that you can't smell that. The cheese sauce smells superb. You can smell a little bit of mustard, a little bit of nutmeg. Can you can smell that, camper person?
Yes.
I
could just have a bowl of that. I'll be happy.
You could put some. You want to get some French fries,
potatoes,
and then
boiled
bread, and you just got fried bread, even better. If you want to go forward.
Fried bread.
Yeah, block the arteries completely. Fried bread and dip it in there and eat it. Oh.
It's like a cheese fondue, isn't it?
So. Yeah, I might do that for a video actually, cheese fondue. I don't know, is it that popular, cheese fondue? Or is it a bit faddy? Is it a bit sort of like,
it's
passé, gone?
No, like vol au vents, they come back in fashion, don't they? It's retro, called retro now.
Right, that's the thickness of the sauce that you want, okay?
Yeah.
So you don't want any thin. Okay. Right, we're back again. Now, the tomato ketchup, tomato sauce, that's how thick it is, look. That's how thick it is, okay? What I'm going to do now is it's nearly ready. It's nearly ready. Now you can leave the sauce like that, as is, or you can mash it. So what do you want me to do, camera person? Leave it like that or mash it? That's more rustic.
I think we'll leave it rustic.
Leave it rustic. Okay, the vote is leaving it rustic. I'll put my masher away.
I think it'll look nicer as well.
Okay.
To see the garden tomatoes in there.
Okay. Right, let's got the reduce down a little bit. It's still a little bit too liquidy, so we'll leave that like that. Let's talk about the pasta we're going to use today. This is fresh pasta, so it's not dried in a packet. It's fresh in a packet, and you find that in your chiller aisle or something. Now the reason I got this is not because I chose to use it, because it was cheap. It was on offer. Okay, so I bought some. I thought this will go good with the next video. So this cooks really quickly. Don't forget, when you're cooking this thing, that's already cooked. That's already cooked. The ham is already cooked. So you don't need anything that's you need to cook a long time. If you're going to use ordinary lasagna, soak the sheets for I don't know 15 or so minutes.
Yeah. There's some that you can buy now that you don't even need to soak.
You don't, yeah. There we are.
So.
But if you've got the old-fashioned lasagna sheets, just soak them in milk or something for 15 minutes and get them soft. Okay. But anyway, this is fresh pasta, and it's product of Italy, it says on there. Excuse me just a moment. Tea time. That's good, that. Do you put two tea bags in yours, or you're a one tea bag? You're a one bagger or a two? I'm a two bagger.
Be careful.
Yeah, careful when you say that. Yeah. Two bagger. It sounds a bit like.
Sounds a bit rude.
Anyway, we'll go back onto the pasta. Here it is. So let's open this packet.
They're big sheets, aren't they?
There it is. Look at that. Look at how yellow that is. That means there's lots of eggs in there. So how many sheets we got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is there? I can't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sheets. Okay. So and what you do is you kind of like measure out how you're going to do this beforehand. So you're going to do the white sauce on the bottom, then the pasta, then the tomato, and then the meat. Okay. So we're going to do. Okay, yeah. We're back. Okay. I'm looking for a pair of scissors at the moment, but we don't have any, so I have to tear it by hand. Okay. So now look. This is the tomato sauce. This is how thick it is. Look. Okay, it mustn't be like soup. It's got to be thickish. All right, so you can make it thicker than that, but you know, it's up to you. Anyway, let's go with the first layer. First layer, we're going to put sauce in. So this is the sauce. There we are. Cheese sauce. So that's the cheese sauce. That's how thick that cheese sauce is. Look, okay.
Lovely.
You can make it a little bit thicker than that if you want, but that should be good. So, we're going to go in there with a ladle of cheese sauce, like that. And then we're going to go in with some pasta sheets.
You only need 2 per layer, isn't it?
Yeah.
2.
Right, so 1 there, and 1 there. Then we're going to go in with some. Now this ham is this is a catering pack of ham, but you probably use just sheets of ham. If you've got sheets of ham, just stick it on there like that. You lay it on the thing. But I'm going to use this cubed ham. Same thing really. Right, and then we're going to go in with the tomato sauce thing.
It smells so good.
So now we kept it rustic here. We haven't normally I would mash up the tomatoes to make it more liquidy, but you don't. See how thick that tomato sauce is there. See?
It looks lovely.
Okay, so it's actually not runny at all. Okay, so then we're going to go in with some more some more cheese sauce, like that. Now, we're going to go in with when you do these things here, the pasta, rather than keep copying the sheets like that, you can go like that. So you can make like a brick, how you would do bricks. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go in like that.
Why would you do that though?
It keeps it together.
Oh, okay.
And then cut this one down here. So you put one like that and one like that. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So there we are. So another layer of sauce. Not so much. Don't forget to keep some to the end because we need the sauce at the end. Some ham. Some tomato. The tomato sauce perfect. This is super rich, tasty, good. Pasta sheets. Now we can go this way again with that. Okay. Sauce. Ham. Tomato sauce. Waste not, want not. Pasta sheets again. So we're doing a brick style like that. And then this is the final layer of sauce on the top. Right. Now if you don't cover the top pasta, it'll go hard. Not a big deal, but I'm saying if you've got enough sauce, I'm kind of run out a bit short on sauce here, but you just cover the pasta part of it, you know, the sheets, make it all covered so it doesn't dry out. Like that. Right. It's always worth having a little bit extra sauce anyway, because what you don't use in the cooking, you can either freeze it for another day, or you can sit in front of the TV with a packet of crisps, yeah, or packet of chips, whatever they call them, and then you just dip the chips with your crisps in there whilst watching your favourite soap opera. And if you're caught, you just say, well, this HowToBloke suggested that I do this to relax after the grueling day in the kitchen. So here we go. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're going to go in with some Parmesan cheese now. Now what you could do, if you didn't have any, if you had some more tomatoes, ladies and gentlemen, you could put them on the top of there, sliced. You could put them on the top there, sliced, and that would be good. More colour. Right, these are Parmesan flakes. These ones. These are chunky Parmesan flaky things. You don't want too much of this, not unless you're a cheeseaholic.
I am.
Yeah. So you realise I'm not going to get any of this tonight. It's going to be because I can't eat gluten.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to have lentils.
Poor you. Can I have your slice?
Anyway, there you have it, ladies. What else could you put on there for a bit of nonsense? You could put on some black pepper, like that. You don't want any more salt in it because there's salt in the cheese.
Got some oregano.
Oregano, yeah, you could put oregano in on top of there. A little bit of oregano. Careful with this stuff, don't you? You already got it in there, remember? So just do that with it like that. Not too much, just a little bit. What else could go on there?
Would you like a drizzle of olive oil or is that OTG?
Oh, no. You could, but there's enough fat in there as it is.
So what do you do now with this?
Well, what you do is get yourself a tray. Get yourself a tray, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this tray, look, it's been through the wars, this, look at that. Look at that. Anyway, why did I go, well, what's this bloke we're using this tray for? Well, because if I put that in there, I don't have to. I'm gonna put it in the oven when I come to cook it, and I can get hold of this tray easier than trying to get hold of these little paddle things at the edge here. No, you don't have to do it, but I would suggest if your oven dish is completely round like that and you have tiny little places to hold it, then put it in a big tray and stick it in there. Now, after you cook, don't forget this doesn't need much cooking. Hardly anything, you just need to heat it through. So just like, I would say on a medium oven, 25 minutes, half an hour, and it's ready. It's ready. Because don't forget, just to recap, the meat is cooked. You cook the sauce, the tomato sauce is cooked. Everything in there is cooked except the pasta, and well, this one, I don't know, what does it say, 3 minutes or something on the packet?
3 minutes, yeah.
3 minutes it takes to cook this, so you don't need to be in the oven for very long. If you're gonna eat it, you want to keep it warm. Just cover it with some
Foil.
tin foil. Thank you, tin foil, and it'll stay perfect for a long time. And any left over, like a good thing for tomorrow lunch. What do you serve it with? Serve it on it by itself with some chips and salad.
Just salad, isn't it?
What?
Just salad.
Just salad, I think. You can look at the carb content of that. It's a lot, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know how many. There's probably
4 portions, isn't it?
yeah. There's 4 portions. There should be 6 really. There should be 6 there. 1, 2, 3 equals 6 really. But 4 for our family, 4 portions.
Because we're greedy.
And this is one of the. There were shrieks of delight when I told them that I was going to be making this for dinner. Anyway, I hope you give us some feedback on these things. You know, tell us what went wrong or what went right, or whether you think it's rubbish or whatever. You know, give us some feedback. It's important. Anyway, that's enough for today. I've talked. I'm exhausted. I need another cup of tea. And so, if you want to see some more food videos, it's up here. Quick tips are up here. Some DIY jobbies are down here, and you can, if you want to subscribe, and it's down here. So until next time.